here for you. Fox 4 News starts now.
Hello, I'm Dan Godwin with a look at what's making news in North Texas. The Cowboys start their toughest stretch of the season tonight. They'll host Seattle in the first of 5 straight games against playoff contending teams. Dallas has won 5 of its last 6 games. Now, all of those victories were against teams with losing records. But in those wins, quarterback Dak Prescott has thrown 15 touchdown passes and just 2 interceptions. He responded to criticism that Dallas hasn't beaten any of the NFL's elite teams this season.
Yeah, the teams we've played records haven't been great, but I can promise you everybody that comes in and everybody that we play, we do get their best shot. And not to say I don't think everybody else does that, but when you play the Dallas Cowboys, I can promise you the other teams, it is a little bit bigger than some of the games that they play. And
the Cowboys face the Seahawks tonight on Fox 4. Our coverage begins during Fox 4 News at 5. At 6:30, we'll have a free-for-all pregame special. Kickoff is shortly after 7 p.m. Then stay with Fox 4 afterwards for highlights and reaction. The Fox primetime lineup of Hell's Kitchen and Lego Masters will air after Fox 4 News. The billionaire family that's set to buy the Dallas Mavericks says they have no interest in moving the team out of North Texas. The Adelsons confirmed they are buying a majority stake of the Mavs from Mark Cuban for $3.5 billion. They run the Las Vegas Sands Corporation, but they said in a statement there's no desire to move the Mavs to Vegas. The transaction will allow Cuban to keep control of the team's basketball decisions. He denied rumors that the pending sale means he's thinking about running for president, and he has not addressed speculation that the sale is part of his stated interest in bringing a Vegas-style casino and resort to Dallas, along with a new arena for the Mavs. The sale still needs to be approved by the securities regulators and the NBA. The 2 inmates who escaped from the Fannin County jail northeast of Dallas are back in custody. Ramon Perez and Raymond Ross were on the run for 4 days until Perez turned himself in Wednesday afternoon in Durant, Oklahoma. Ross was seen on surveillance footage in Bonham neighborhoods near the jail he escaped from. Bonham ISD put schools on lockout while authorities searched for him. The 2 escaped this past Saturday and had been on the run since.
And as they were getting ready to leave, they noticed that there was 2 residents that they hadn't searched all day because they were occupied. And yes, the elephant in the room was basically right across the street.
Perez was initially in jail for aggravated assault of a child. Ross for evading arrest with a motor vehicle, drug possession, and for possessing a firearm as a felon. Both inmates now face additional charges. Police in one Fort Worth suburb are looking for the man they say robbed and shot a person who gave him a helping hand. Investigators say the victim had been allowing Felipe de Jesus Martinez Dupericio to stay in his home in White Settlement because Dupericio had no place to go. We are told Dupericio asked to buy the victim's truck last weekend, then pulled a gun when he was told no. The victim ran to a neighbor's house to call 911, then saw his truck being stolen. Police say Dupericio shot the victim in the leg as he drove off.
You're trying to do the right thing by helping somebody out that had been kicked out of his house, and then all of a sudden he repays the favor by stealing your truck and shooting you. Yeah, that's pretty egregious in our opinion.
Police found the stolen truck abandoned in South Fort Worth. They believe Dupericio is staying in that area. If you've seen him or you know where he is, you are asked to call White Settlement Police or Tarrant County Crime Stoppers. The contact info is on your screen and at fox4news.com. A private school teacher is charged with having an improper relationship with a student. Carrollton police say 22-year-old Dominique Beecham was a teacher at a private school in Collin County, but they did not name the school. Carrollton police say he had an online relationship with a student at that school. Police say they believe this is an isolated incident and do not believe there are any other victims. Well, it was a warm welcome back to work for a Dallas fire prevention officer. In July, Officer Clarence Briggs was on an inspection with his partner officer, Giselle Delgado, when he began to feel sick. After his partner took him to the ER, they found out he had suffered a stroke. For a few days, it looked like Briggs wouldn't make it. His family credits his recovery to his strong will to live. Delgado was given an award for her quick-thinking actions.
I woke up this morning and to myself I said, you know, there are people that don't have their loved ones with them for Thanksgiving, but thanks to Officer Delgado, I got to share Thanksgiving with my family, and I hope to share Christmas with them as well.
The Navy veteran says his family played a critical role in helping him regain his strength as well.
Rain chances in the forecast today. We'll time it out coming up.
Toys for Tots is making the rounds in North Texas. The goal, to get as many toys as possible to help brighten the holiday for some young North Texans. Fox 4's Shannon Murray has more from Mansfield, south of Arlington.
Toys for Tots Mansfield shows up every single year with a massive toy drive. You see all of the toys they've given right here in some of these boxes. They have thousands of toys. Another great way to support Toys for Tots is with check donations, with monetary donations you can give online. We have some incredible companies here with us this morning making large check presentations to support Toys for Tots. This is a huge event every year. Dr. Cantu, tell us why this is so important for the students in Mansfield ISD.
Oh, it's so important for the students just because on Christmas morning, kids need a toy and kids need to feel that joy. And I think it's so important not only for our students that are here with us today learning about giving back, but then for the students who are also receiving. It's really, really important for them to feel that joy.
What's your advice to families out there? They may be doing their shopping for their own kids in their lives. What would you tell them to do with their children if they want to give back?
I think showing your children how to give back to other kids in need is really, really important. Coming out tonight, bring a toy, drop it off, but stay, have a good time, and just that experience of what it really feels like to give back and be in that sense of community here in Mansfield.
And what should they be looking for when they're shopping? What kind of toys are you guys asking for?
You know, we're asking for all toys, but you know, a lot of times some of the older students, right? Some like 8 to 10, that age range. So toys for some of those older children is really, really important. That would be helpful.
Thank you so much. And they will keep the party going all day and into tonight. So they'll be here at the center off West Debbie Lane from 5 to 10:30. They're going to have Santa. They're going to have a carnival. They're going to have a parade. So it'll be a really good time to come out here until 10:30 tonight. Bring a toy, bring your family, and give back this time of year and support a good cause. We have all the information on our website, fox4news.com. In Mansfield, Shannon Murray, Fox 4 News.
Tonight's event at Mansfield ISD's Center for Performing Arts runs from 5 to 10:30 p.m. You can also donate cash online. Just go to our website, fox4news.com, or scan the QR code on your screen.
And we've got a big game tonight. Cowboys taking on the Seahawks at AT&T Stadium. Weather, I think, for the most part, will be okay by the time we get to kickoff. Just cloudy, mild and humid temperatures in the 60s. It'll be a bit breezy as you head over to the stadium as well. And by the way, we're going to be covering this at Fox 4 for that pregame coverage as well. Now, in the meantime, we are going to be watching for some storms today. There is a very low-end severe risk here across North Texas this afternoon, but the highest risk will be back over in southeastern Texas towards Houston and then back over into south central Louisiana as well. But taking a closer look at the Fox 4 viewing area, low-end level 1 risk for that severe weather today. With the strongest of storms, we'll be mainly looking out for maybe some small hail and some gusty winds. But other than that, heavy downpours is what we'll be looking for. You can see that with that severe weather risk breakdown, hail, Wind is the main thing we're looking for, but these are very low-end risks today. And honestly, it looks like those risks may be trending down even lower. You can see timing everything out through noon, 3 o'clock. We're going to be dealing with some scattered showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. I think if there are going to be any strong storms, the greatest potential for that will be off to the east of the Metroplex. So if you live generally off to the east of Interstate 35, that's where that greatest storm potential will be later on this afternoon. But notice, by the time we get to 5 and then 7 o'clock towards kickoff, rain's out of here. So things do dramatically improve as we head into the second half of this afternoon and into this evening. We dry out overnight, and then looking ahead to your Friday, weather looking quite lovely across North Texas. We're expecting lots of sun, perhaps a few high clouds here and there, but for the most part, tomorrow's weather is looking great. Beyond that, though, heading into Saturday, I can't rule out an isolated shower on Saturday, but this is a very low-end risk for a sprinkle or two across the area. Otherwise, heading into the rest of the weekend and early next week, we do look to stay dry across North Texas. So here's how much rain we think we'll see with this system today. Best rain coverage will be off to the east. May see an inch of rain, maybe a little bit more than that if you live east of Interstate 35. But honestly, if you live west of 35, very little rain expected, maybe a tenth to a quarter of an inch on average. And I'll put this out to 10 days on the European model. Has nothing falling through the end of next week. So we are expected to enter a little bit of a dry stretch once we get past today. So we do need the rain, right? You can see, taking a look at the latest rainfall data, we're 8 inches below average at DFW. Love Field and Fort Worth running about 4-5 inches below average on the year. So we certainly could use more rain. But even though we're running well below average, we are chipping away at those drought conditions. You can see the drought conditions almost gone here in the Metroplex. Still some drier than average conditions, maybe moderate drought in some spots. But as long as we keep on getting these cold fronts with some rain every week or so, we will continue to see those drought conditions going away. All right, so here's that forecast for today. Obviously, we're going to be dealing with some showers and storms across parts of the area. But I think as we head into the second half of the day, we do see our weather improving from west to east. All right, so the 7-day forecast, 63 today. Highest coverage for those storms, like I said, will be to the east. Things will improve this evening. Otherwise, heading into Friday, it's going to be a bit cooler, 60 degrees, mixture of sun and clouds for tomorrow. Otherwise, heading into the weekend, stray shower possible. But after that, weather looking amazing. Heading into next week, mixture of sun and clouds, highs in the 60s and 70s, lows in the 40s.
All right, thanks, Dylan. And that's a look at what's making news in North Texas. Of course, for news anytime, go to fox4news.com.